What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another market review. And it was a wild week, to say the least. It was back, forth, up, down, and yeah, I got to play both sides of the market this week. And let's just break it down and see what we're looking for in the future. Because right now, if we're looking, we're going straight up. Like, we have not had a run for this, like this high of a push in a while. And the thing that I'm looking at is this right here, this area, and what happened after it. So obviously we're pushing up. We had a retracement. We really didn't. Let me line it up better. We hit that 50%, and then we rocketed back up, and then now we're sitting at almost one deviation above that push. And if we move it to the next run, we didn't get that 50% like I was looking for on this one, and this was back in April. So for me, we're in a strong trend, right? Now we move up to this latest push right here. And again, we did not get that 50%. We respected this block, if you want to call it this order block or mitigation block, breaker block, whatever you want to call this last down push before we flipped. Bodies closed above this area and just wicked down into it and then kept going up. Then when we go down on a lower time frame, on Tuesday, once we broke out, I thought we were going to fill this up a little more. I mean, we did tap in here, but we took off, and I had this area as a retest, and we never got a retest. It broke and ran away. So yeah, crazy moves in the market. So where do we go from here? And let me take off some of these So where do we go from here? You could see we have the 13 and the 21 smooth on the chart right here, and we could see that we went through a consolidation period, and then we pushed back up. Everything's looking like a green light to run again. The only thing that I'm worried about is sometimes when it keeps running like this, it tends to have these big drops, right? And just take out the sell side and then flip right around. So I'm watching this area right here. If we go down to the 15-minute, turn the view up off. So we turn to the 15-minute. You could see where we respected and started pushing off. So this level for me was a good level of support. If we break below this, I would think we're coming all the way down here, or maybe down into the zone I had, right? But it never got broken, and it still is holding strong. So I don't think we're going down here yet. Not saying it can't happen. If we zoom out to the month, you could see not a big pullback on this last one, right? And just rocketed once again. So with how big these legs are, I still see room to the upside. So this one's even bigger, but say we use the smaller leg. We're looking up to that 20,700 level. So for that perspective, I am still bullish, right? Because when you get on the lower time frame, you're like, well, we've been running forever. It's got to pull back, right? But when you zoom out to the month, we are still in what is possible and what's been done before. So this could still have a nice expansion candle. Maybe it wicks, but I still see expansion in our future. So with that in mind, from the higher time frame, let's start breaking down the market. So what I'm going to do is take this bottom one off, leave these ones in, drag them out a little bit. And this line right here is the main one. If we break below this, then again, my bias is coming down into this area. So area I see that I want to keep an eye on is kind of right around this area. Let me put it on, come on. I'll put it on the body of this high right here. Wicks went through it, Wicks touched it, couldn't break below or above it, started breaking down below, but we never took out this liquidity either. So that is another area. If you take it from the body, we did touch it, but the actual wicks, we still have basically an equal low. What's the low on this? 19,501, and we have 19,500. So $1 off, and then ripped right back up. So I'm finding this level of support because there's really nothing I see in this run that makes me think we could get a retracement back. Like, look at these wicks. Broke up again. Look at these wicks pushing up, right? So, and we did it over here. Wicks that broke down. Wicks kind of climbed. Wicks broke down. So this area is, it's going to be a hard area to trade because you can see when price is in here, it either doesn't move or it moves a lot both ways on each candle close. Going down to the 15-minute now. So now we can start to look on lower time frames where price has pulled back, respected, and pushed off. So that one is good. We're still bullish. So I got this one I want to keep an eye on. Are we going to drop into this and then push back up? You know, something down and then back up. Something I'll keep an eye on. So that's all I'm going to mark up really for this chart. The last thing I could do just to gauge what we're doing is this last down candle will make more sense if I go on a lower time frame. So this last push down, if we just measure that, you could see one standard deviation up is right here. And we got 1.5 and 2. So these are going to be some levels I'm keeping an eye on going forward if I'm in longs, where I would want to take profits by and just keep eyes on these levels right here. And then again, if we zoom out, we had that 20,700 as our long-term target, which is way up here, right? So we have a lot to move up there. And when we were looking at the monthly chart, so, you know, it's going to take a couple months to get up there. So bullish for the as far as I can see, we're in a bullish market right now. I'm going to first always look for longs on my setups. And if I'm taking shorts, I'm going to be smart about it and not think every low is going to be broken, right? So I could take a short down to here. That's a pretty safe short if we're structure showing that, right? But if I'm taking a short here and thinking it's going through here, well, it may go down and then stop me out, right? So just something you want to think about going into this week is be smart if you're going to go against what right now is really strong going the other way. So let's look at them side by side, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Here at the bottom, they kind of started doing their own thing. Once we kind of did this right here, we thought, okay, we're going to continue up, right? ES is just weaker. But that wasn't the case. ES was actually the leader, wanting to take out this low. Now, right here, they flipped to rolls. So we had this low that was not taking. So now at this point, NQ is the stronger one, right? So we look for this to show a sign that we're pushing up. And right around this area right here, or if we wanted to be safe and wait for this gap to close, this candle right here shows, hey, we're looking to take out this high now. And you could see it did do some pullbacks, but it respected this area and then pushed up higher. So what's next? Well, because NQ took out its high, I'm not really looking for NQ to show us guidance because we don't have a target it could reach to, right? So I'll be watching ES now and having this as a zone when ES gets here, here, as well as this one back here. So those are what I'm going to be watching to kind of gauge the market on what's going on. Like I said, NQ's at the top, so we don't have anywhere for it to target. That's when ES comes into play, and I'm going to be watching it when it hits here, here, and here, how NQ is going to react to that. And lastly, we're going to go to NQ versus the dollar, the DXY, and this is, I believe it's the 50. Yeah, it's the 50. So we have the 50 moving average on here. And I just use it to kind of show me the trend, right? And kind of keep me honest when we start chopping, right? Well, we broke down, and again, this low was something I wanted to get hit. I think I said it in the last video. I thought we were going to go, or not in the last video. I think it was this low. I thought I was going to go below this low, continue higher, but below this low. And well, it didn't happen. So let me zoom out on the 4-hour. Where are we? So it was this low, sorry. I thought we were going to pull back into here or even down into here. Never got that. We just rocketed away, right? So dollar, when we go onto the 4-hour or the daily is what I want to watch, is the dollar's been playing around with this zone, and it is pulling back at the same time that this is pushing, right? But there's a lot of liquidity down here to be taken out. This low, this low, this low, this low, this low, and even this low. So if we're going to continue with this strong market up, they're either going to be not in sync anymore, where they're going to go together, right? Or this is the pullback and we're going to continue down lower here. So that's what I'm looking for this week, and some areas. Mark up your charts if you want to have these similar things on. But what I do is just I have different tabs with the indicators on, so I could see quickly where the zones are. I don't have to waste time. I could quickly flip in between time frames. They're all drawn up for me. And then here, see them side by side. Compare ES to NQ, and then my main trading screen. Let me just zoom out for you so you could see it. This is what I'm looking at, anywhere from the 1 to 5 minute, 15-minute NQ here with the session highs and lows, the range, so I can keep an eye on that, as well as the DXY. And then I'm making my trades over here, and then trade evates over here, ready for my orders. So hope this has helped you out. The mentorship video is in the works, needs to be edited and uploaded, so should be out tomorrow. Which will be today when you're seeing this. So hope you all have a good weekend, put in the work, back tests, and we'll continue to keep pushing forward. Peace.